So you've moved your business online. You've got a nice looking IG feed. You're also using Facebook and you have great interactions. But how do you convert those likes into paying customers? Try a sales funnel. I'm Kalila Reynolds and it's time for another episode of Money Moves JA, brought to you by Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service, giving you the tools to grow your business. My guest today is Javette Nixon, CEO of Point Global Marketing. And make sure you watch this video to the end because I have a giveaway. Hi Javette, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So I know there at Point Global, you guys specialize in online marketing, digital marketing, and I've come across something recently that talks about sales funnels. Tell me, what is a funnel?
So a funnel is a marketing term that is used to describe client interaction at entry, meaning where a client becomes aware of a product or a service, and at exit, which is what is called a conversion, which is an action that is desired by a company or an organization. However, marketers are reforming the way they think about sales funnels and are actually moving to a term called customer decision journey, which basically looks at the decision-making cycle of a customer at the point when they become aware of a product or a service, throughout that relationship with a company until a conversion or an actual action, whether the action is purchasing something, downloading something, signing up for something, whatever the desired action of the company is.
So conversion meaning coming over to you, coming to my side.
Right. That's a good way to look at it.
Converting you into a customer or a follower or whatever it is.
Exactly. So there are specific points within the cycle of a relationship with a prospect. Let's use that terminology. And at various points in that relationship, there are specific actions that companies want to see happen. For example, I'm going to use a very offline example to start. Say a newspaper advert is placed, and in reading the newspaper, somebody comes across the advert, and that's the first time they are aware of a service. That's where the awareness starts, but that person isn't necessarily interested in the service at that point. But what companies want to happen is that they want to gradually take the prospect along a journey with them. So you want to change awareness to interest. So you see this ad, oh, you're now aware of the service. This ad should have a call to action that leads to you being now interested in the product or the service. And you want to move that interest from just general interest to desire. And then from desire to action, and then from action to convert. The action is the conversion. So when you think about funnels are usually used in a digital sense to think about where, at which points in a relationship or a journey, specific action happens. So from seeing a digital ad on a search or a display screen to signing up for a newsletter or to liking a post or whatever action is desired by the company.
So how do I get the customer to take that action?
Right. So it's for every business, it's very different. So for some business, the action is a purchase action. For some business, the action is just signing up for a newsletter that then is used to have the customer brought into a process, a sales process, or to qualify that person as a lead. But it's really in the design of your messaging and the content that you're using. In an advertising sense, it would be designing your ad so it appeals to a customer. And how marketers do that is through what is called a persona mapping. So a persona mapping or a target is to identify who is the person you want to buy the service. So when you identify who is the person you want to buy the service, that comes with certain specific information, age range, demographic information, where are they located, which videos do they watch online, which companies are they now following. So the idea is to provide yourself with a wide enough view of who this person is. When you have a wide enough view of who this person is through the persona map, you basically create an idea of your ideal customer in mind. And then that is now used to develop specific messaging that appeals to that customer. So if you're an investment house, for example, your messaging, if you're looking to identify, say, high net worth clients, when you develop the persona map, you're developing which brands these people are buying, where do they go, where do they live, all of those things. You're able to come up with messaging that specifically talks to them. And then you use that messaging at different points in the buyer journey to move them along your funnel. So the initial point may be just to get them to watch a video around your investment house that talks about your investment philosophy. But when after they watch that video, you might want them to sign up for your newsletter to get information on stocks or investment instructions that you're doing. And then after that is done, you might want them at that point, after they have read 3 of those things, to sign up for a seminar. And after they have signed up for that seminar, that webinar, you might want them at that point in time to speak to an advisor. So all of those things will be mapped along the journey, and you would kind of specify the specific action.
I see why you start calling it customer what journey? What was the term you used?
So customer decision journey.
Customer decision journey, because it really is a journey in converting that customer and getting them throughout different cycles of the decision-making process. That's interesting. I like how this strategy evolves. So would you advise people then to sit down and really think about and write down who you want to target? Because that can be difficult for somebody who, let's say, I make soap. Everybody uses soap. How do I narrow down who I want to target?
So it's absolutely important to be very thoughtful about the process. But the beauty of digital is digital allows us to not approach the process by just guessing. Digital really gives marketers the ability to use the art, which is how to be creative, how to come up with good visuals, how to come up with good content, and the science, which is research, data, and insight. And when both of those come together, you're able to create a very clear picture. So say you're a soap manufacturer. You might not have a lot of information online as if you were doing a digital product. But what you can do is what is called ethnographic mapping. So which is literally send a researcher to sit down in a supermarket and look at who is buying your product. And as soon as that person picks up the product and cashes out, you stop them at the door and get some biographic information from them. Why have you bought this product? What do you use it for? So that gives you some base data to work with. Then you take that base data that you have. So you will have a age range. The person will say, oh, I'm buying this for my mother. Okay, so you know that it's not a personal, you can make decision on the journey. So you compile that data and then you use that data to create a persona. Okay, these are the persons who are buying my product, right? These are the persons who the product is satisfying. And the persona map can be very specific. This person is buying handbags here, they shop here, they play golf here, they watch these things on Netflix, they buy these brands. The more complete the picture, the better you are in targeting. Now, they are watching these videos online. The idea is to create as complete a 360 view of the person as possible. And then from that view, you are really looking at that data and then designing messages to appeal to these people. So young people, younger persons may like a particular type of music. They might listen to watch a type of program. So you create messages that reflect that and bring them into the decision-making process. So one is awareness. How do I get the attention of the person? So you get the attention of the person usually by some kind of call to action or something interesting, something that is in line with what appeals to them. And A/B testing is used very widespread, in a widespread way to kind of get to that. So A/B testing is testing two different messages and seeing which one works best. And continuously refining the messages through A/B testing. So never just do one ad, because then you have nothing to compare it to. You do two ads with different messages and see which one has the highest engagement rate. Then you take the one with the highest engagement rate and design another one and test those two at the same time and see if there's a change in the engagement rate. And then you figure out which messages have the best engagement rate, use that message. And then you take them along the process. So this constant A/B testing, where you're testing two different messaging, two different visuals, two different phrasing, two different copy, you use that to refine the messaging and take people along. But it starts with the base research and understanding who this person is, why are they buying your product, how are they using your product, and which other products they are using in their life.
That's really interesting stuff, Javed. I never thought of it to go that far. Thank you so much for sharing these insights.
No problem. Glad to be of assistance. It's an art and a science, and a lot of people don't realize how much actual work goes into doing great work on digital and actually leading to conversion and sales or whatever action you want somebody to actually do.
Absolutely. Now here's a recap of Javed's key points on digital marketing. A sales funnel is a consumer-focused marketing model that illustrates the customer's journey toward the purchase of a good or service. Use persona mapping to create a profile of your ideal customer and use this to create specific messaging that appeals to them. Use A/B testing to test different messages and see which works the best. Time now for our giveaway question. What is another term for sales funnel? Answer over on Exim Bank's Instagram page at EximBankJA, and you can win yourself a lovely prize. You must be following both me at Kalila Ray and at EximBankJA on IG to win. That's it for this episode of Money Moves JA, brought to you by Exim Bank's Business Advisory Service, giving you the tools to grow your business.